If you would like to be a proud sponsor of Replicon Radio, shoot us an email at therepliconiswatching@gmail.com. Just like tonight's episode is brought to you by Damius. His new album, 119, is now available for purchase on Apple Music and iTunes. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at Damius Official and check out DamiusMusic.com. He has amazing features from Shaggy 2 Dope, Monoxide, Jamie Madrox, Ala Zuli Lou, ABK, Brother Lynch, Hung, Twisted Insane, Blaze, Boondocks, Scribble, and Low Key, and more. So make sure you go follow him on Facebook at Damius Music Official.
Yeah!
Boom.
Shout out to the sponsor up in this bitch. Shout out to Rue for not even catching his breath before he did all that shit. You alright over there, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm good, bro.
Alright.
I'll be working on my singing, bro. That's how I gotta take that deep breath in so I can get all them words out and them tunes and them do re mi fa sol la them.
Trying to catch up the Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I mean, I've been inspired by that dude.
It's
In
understandable.
case you don't know, that dude won 3 awards at the C.
We talked about that earlier.
We sure did.
We'll talk about it again later. But we're back. We're live. Let people know. Share it out. Tell the people because we got a new stream up and we have a special guest, man.
A very, very special guest.
I'm looking forward to it. I posted earlier. We have the Lizard King hanging out with the dinosaurs. I think he's listening to the show because I hear it in the background.
P has proposed to this fella.
Well, we might get into that later. You might have to remind me about what. I remember it, but I don't remember it. That was a long time ago.
Oh, so it wasn't that good? You don't remember it?
There wasn't a honeymoon, okay? Maybe this is the honeymoon. I don't know, but either way, let's stop talking about me. Let's give it up for our motherfucking guest, Fury.
Hell yeah.
What up, brother?
Replicon Radio.
How you doing, bro?
Acknowledge me.
The motherfucking Lizard King.
What's up, guys?
You're like our master now or something, right?
I guess that's just how it works.
I guess we're like the Reptile King, though, so you're just part of our...
Lizard, reptile is kind of like the same.
I mean, we're fam. We're family.
Yeah.
Amphibians, we're all fam.
That's right. We all fam up in this bitch. Where the alligators at? Where the
crocodiles at?
What are them geckos?
The geckos. Bearded dragons.
Iguanas?
Iguanas.
All right, that's enough.
No, it's never enough, bro. It's never enough, bro.
Where's that triceratops at?
That's right. But what's up, man? I mean, I don't know what to do. I just want to say, I wish I could hug you. I just want to say hello. I love you.
Yes.
How are you?
Air hug.
I'm doing okay, bro. I just, I'm just kind of planning shit right now. It's the first time I've released any kind of music in I did like the little cipher things and stuff, or like a little collab verse here and there, but I haven't released a project in, it's been a long ass time for real.
He just dropped a brand new album for everybody that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Brand new album. It's called Rage Quit. It's out right now.
Right, motherfucker.
It's out right now. For some reason, Spotify takes forever, but
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Because we use Spotify. I'm like, dude, where's your record at?
But that's what Replicon's for. We're going to get these songs on Spotify before Spotify gets them on Spotify.
That's right, we will. You can listen to the replay of this, and they will be, we're going to play some shit tonight.
1,000% you are correct.
Yep.
Man, I don't even know.
This is how we do it.
I don't know where to begin. Like, I want to go back. I want to talk about the record, obviously, because I know this record was a journey, and I can't wait to hear about the journey.
Oh yeah,
but I want to catch up. Where we left off? I don't remember where that was.
Where did we leave off?
Fuck, that was like 2 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know.
There's a pandemic, right? And I was about to go on tour.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! We spread coronavirus from here to South Dakota and back. It was great.
I think last time we talked officially on the show, you had just signed Warak.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yes.
To Lethal Records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you guys were all getting ready to go on the road. And then we saw you out in Michigan, which is where Rue aforementioned I put a ring on it.
That's right.
Yep.
A very tasty ring.
Can we just leave that elusive? Like,
Yeah. They won't.
It's just an elusive story.
We won't even elaborate at all.
It'll all be
so yeah,
explained
we
in the
signed
book.
Warrack. We're actually still working on a Warrack record right now. I actually just caught up with them. Like a couple weeks ago at my release party.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Shout out to fucking Warrack. I was wondering, man, where.
I was wondering what happened to him because I ain't seen him on Facebook in a minute, bro.
Oh man, they're still popping, bro. You must have hit the snooze button on their post, bro. Everything they post gets like fucking 200,000 like plus views, shit like that. They just got 1 million on TikTok.
They are very entertaining. I cannot deny that. They are very entertaining.
I'm in their one of their most recent videos. You got to go to Billy Palazzo's his Facebook.
All right.
Young Malibu, but we just did a video with them. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Alexa,
I
shut up.
thought I was following them, and I guess maybe I'm not anymore. I don't know how that works.
You must have hit the snooze. Come on.
I'm gonna go.
You hit the snooze.
Check.
That thing's great, bro. I fucking snooze people left and right. You know, you used to unfriend people, but now you just snooze it.
You don't have to look like a dick. Like, why aren't we friends no more, bro?
Way
Yeah,
easier that way.
you still follow them. They even still see that you follow them. It's just, man, I'm low key. I'm not watching you.
No, why? I ain't trying to see that shit, dog. I ain't trying to see that shit, man. But that's what's
Yep.
up. You're still working with them, so that's good to hear. You never know,
For
man.
sure,
You never
yeah.
know what's going on. So,
Oh, I think that they're getting ready to be on this pretty major TV show. I can't really like tell you what it is or nothing because I'll get in trouble, but it's gonna be big.
It's okay. Nobody listens to this show anyways. I'm just.
My dog's listening. He's sitting right there.
oh, hey, buddy, or girl.
Hi there, doggy.
That's what's up. You should name your dog Replicon.
Clifford, your new name is now Replicon.
Pretty close, Clifford. I'm mad at it. Hell yeah, that's what's up.
I'm assuming you named him after the big red dog.
He's a tiny white dog,
Perfect.
but like we let my kid name him when he was just like only knew like 3 words, you know. So of course he chose Clifford.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
I
man.
don't know.
So yeah, so the pandemic happened. So I guess is that kind of where the rage quit started? Like, where did you begin with that?
Dude, all right,
Decided
I
to do it.
started this album 6 years ago, about like maybe 7 years ago. Like I had like the first couple songs, like the song that has Q Strange on it. There was a different song of that. There was a different version of that song that I leaked, like I think it was 2013 or so. No, 2017. I leaked it. It had Jamie Madrox on the chorus, but we ended up changing that song around and stuff, and like, I'm just saying, like that's how long ago we started some of these songs.
That's wild. That's wild. That's a long ass time to be working on a record.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't been like much of an active artist in like the past couple years, man. Like I've been focusing on like booking shows and like, you know, being an artist manager or shit like that. But like when I was doing all that, like I couldn't really get behind like trying to become like, here's Fury the artist, you know. At the same time, I'm trying to like talk business to people, and it's just like sometimes it just feels funny when I'm trying to do both, you know.
For sure. Yeah, you're on the line with like Shaggy 2 Dope, and you're trying to book Lethal Weekend. Or
So yo,
book a
by the
tour.
way, you know, I got a new album coming out, you know. So,
By the
come
way,
on,
man. Yeah, by the way. Let me get, can I
Every,
get that
you know
feature?
why? You know what it is? I got PTSD from managing Bizarre all those years, because it's like anytime the promoter was also a rapper, we would just be like, oh fuck, man, fuck, it's gonna be one of those nights, man.
Right. I feel that. Yeah, that's definitely a struggle. But you've definitely, I mean, I for the people that don't know, you you kind of started as an artist, but you've definitely made a name for yourself in the booking world. Like a lot of people, up until like this release and the promotion of this release, might not have even known that you even made your own music.
Bro, like I have no, and that's crazy you said that, because like the amount of artists I book on my shows and stuff like that, like all year round, like for the past 6 years, I've been doing Lethal Weekend. And like, so a lot of these people coming in that like, bro, they don't even know that I ever was a rapper. So like whenever I do jump on stage at one of my shows and like do something real quick, like I usually don't even announce it. Usually I just like, okay, put me on right now. Boom. And then like, you know, like people come up to me like, dude, I didn't even know you did that shit. And it's like, wow, that's how long I've been doing this other thing, is that a lot of people have kind of like forgotten.
Right. Yeah.
But it's all good. Like, you know, I'm not sitting there trying to be like a famous rapper anymore or nothing. Like I literally, like, if you listen to this album, it's like really personal. So like, it's like, I just needed to get this shit out, honestly.
That's usually the best kind of music though, Fury.
Right. It is, bro. Because like for a minute, like I was in this weird thing, because like people were like hitting me up for paid collabs all the time, and I was doing them, and like when you're doing that shit, like when you're trying to, like, this is just me personally how I look at it. Like when I'm trying to rap for money, it kind of corrupts it. You know what I mean? Like it takes like the artist, like the need to express myself out of it, and makes it more of like a requirement to like fulfill this, you know, money thing.
Yeah.
And like I feel like it corrupted me as an artist, I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And it took me a long time to recover from it.
When you're, like you said, this is more of a personal thing that you had no intentions of. I mean, like you said, you're not trying to be a famous rapper. It's just shit you were actually feeling. But when it becomes somebody paying you, it's just work now. You're just another fucking, you know, it could be, you know, fucking what I don't know, some sort of document. It's not like, it's nothing. It's just work. Fucking on to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next. It means nothing.
And then some people think like, you know, like, oh, there's the value on me rapping a verse is X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? And then like, you think to yourself like, man, like this isn't what I like really want it to be looked at, like a product you could go buy. Like, hey, I want to go buy a Big Mac. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna order a Fury verse. You know, it became like that for a minute, bro. Like I was really doing a lot of collabs. I was doing collab specials and shit, and like, oh man, it turned me off to being a rapper, bro. And I didn't make anything for like 5 years.
That's wild.
Like the only things I did was like the little the verses I did on like Lars album. I did like a Gorilla Voltage feature on that shit, but like I wasn't really putting out tracks, singles, mixtapes. I wasn't doing photo shoots. I wasn't doing nothing.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, how could you? You were busy coming one of the East Coast's biggest promoter with Lethal Weekend.
Yeah, like, dude, if you look out here, no one is booking this shit but me. Like me and a couple of my friends, really, like we all know each other. Like we're the only ones booking underground shit. Like no one else is bringing in like underground juggalo shit at all. Like, whereas like back in the day, like 10 years ago, there used to be like at least one event every 2 months that we could all see each other, and you know, it just doesn't feel like that anymore. And then like that's kind of why I started doing the Lethal Weekend thing, and then the little mini tours I was doing. But I'm still just trying to figure out like a formula that works. I've tried several different ways of doing this, and I'm just trying to like perfect this out. And that's why I really haven't announced a lot of shows this year. But I am working on some pretty dope shit.
I mean, people can expect, I'm sure, lots of announcements from the King of Announcements.
Bro, Announcement City is late this year, huh? I haven't fucking... You know why, though? I'll tell you why. Because I've been being a fucking artist. I don't have fucking time to sit there and you know, nitpick these little deals and work things out for another artist right now. Like that's kind of like where I was at. But like I'm kind of like, you know, it's time to get to work on certain things that, you know, I need to happen. So
for sure. I mean, you know, like I said earlier, you can't really you were so focused on that before that you not only did you not have, you know, the want to make the music, but I'm sure you didn't have the time. You were so busy thinking about Lethal Weekend.
Not at all.
Booking
and plus, I was going through some, not only just the Lethal Weekend thing, but I was doing some like real like personal shit. Like I talk about it on the album a lot. Like it's a reoccurring theme on the whole album, and like it really took me out of everything, you know. And doing the shows was my way of staying in the music, but not being like an artist and being like the focus point of everyone's attention, you know?
For sure. You can leave but still stay.
Know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You can buy or buy.
Buy or buy. But yeah, you don't have to. You can be a part of the scene without having to be necessarily in the scene. But
Right.
But booking shows like that probably actually made you a bigger part of the scene than
It did. No, it did. And like coming back as an artist, it's a little easier to move around, and I could book my own tour right now if I wanted. You know, like have the openers ready to go. Like it's a cool time to do what I like doing now too. So I'm just trying to get the right team together. I got a lot of my OGs, Lethal Records guys. Like we all kind of like working together now. Like people that have been down for 23 years, you know. So it's like now the mission is to have the best time possible with what we got.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
That's
like
the way
we're not trying to push it to like, you know, like we're taking over. Like we're more like, hey, we're setting up shop. How you doing?
We're here to enjoy ourselves.
We're here. How you doing, everybody?
Yeah. We're fucking here to enjoy ourselves, man. We've been working our fucking ass. I feel that. I'm trying to move.
I just love this scene, bro. I love the artists in it. Like I love the fans that support this little weird world we're in. Like it's a special thing to be part of it, and like it fulfills me just to be just any kind of entity in it.
Absolutely, man. I agree with that. I agree with that all day. Even though there's a lot of fucking bullshit and a lot of drama, it still goes back to all the fucking love and the fucking just dope ass people, man. That's why the fuck we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're not here because somebody pays us. I can tell you that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I don't like. You know how ICP would say like they don't make money on The Gathering, but you know, bro, Lethal Weekend has never made money.
Like actually,
like
never
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true, bro. I've walked out of Lethal Weekend with like $60 in my pocket. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do now?
No, I believe that. Yeah, you don't. Unfortunately, you don't have the fucking 5-day long merch line at Lethal Weekend.
Yeah,
which is where they don't make money.
Yeah, I don't have the support. It's just me doing things as a crazy person.
Right. But that's dope though.
The people that support Lethal Weekend are literally the like they are what keep me going, man. Like if there wasn't the exact amount of people and the exact people that are supporting me, like I wouldn't be shit. I would just fucking be working at Amazon.
I feel you. No, that's amazing. And I mean, you know, to give you credit where I'm sure you already know it's due, you're also not doing whack ass shows. Like I would love to do a fucking Replicon weekend or fucking some sort of like mini fest. It's something I've always talked about doing, but it would be whack as fuck because we can't afford that level of shit. Everything I've seen you put on, at least in the last few years, is like I'm like people are traveling. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the local show. It's like I want to fucking be there. I want to go there. It's a different and dope enough lineup. You know what I mean? To make people want to come see it, like you get a little bit of all these different worlds, and
I've gotten more people from out of the area coming to Lethal Weekend than the people in the city that I'm having it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like it's really just our people. You know, like it's not the city of Manchester coming through showing out, bro. Like it's usually just like the congregation of all like our people in the area and some from far away. That's really what makes Lethal Weekend. Like sure, there's a couple. I would say like it's like 20% locals coming.
I believe it.
And that's been like except for when we were on Hampton Beach. When we were on Hampton Beach for Lethal Weekend 3, bro, it was Hampton Beach up in that bitch. It was crazy. The last Lethal Weekend on the beach,
yeah,
that shit man, that was a sight to see, bro. Like I thought I was like, I'm like, well, that's it. I'm gonna be a millionaire next year, right, for sure.
So what happened? What happened with the beach? The thing.
Well, I think COVID killed the venue. Basically, you know, the shutdown, and they couldn't keep it right there at that location going. And I know that the owners of that place are working on something else, and I hope it's something that we could do some events at. But like that place is gone, man. And like when I tried to go back to, when I tried to go back to Hampton Beach and like contact the other venues, they were basically like, you know, when I showed them who I wanted to bring in, and like they were just like, no, no thanks, you know.
It's weird, man. Shit's gotten real weird after COVID. Like the places that are left, because there's not a lot of places closed.
A lot of places died, yeah.
And the people are being like, it's like I missed something. Like all of a sudden, people don't like the underground more than they didn't before. Like we've had issues. We tried to help Kung Fu Vampire come to town. The venues just straight up told us no. Same shit. Like with many artists.
We took two, maybe 3 years, debatable how long it would actually shut everything down, like, and made people used to not going to these small things. And then they would wait all year to go to one big event, you know, like Lollapalooza or something like that. Yeah. And they would be holding on to these tickets of the postponed concerts and shit. But what we really did is we took away the casual concert going. You know, like people found other things to do, and now they're in that groove, man. It's really been tough. Yeah, it's been tough. Honestly, I had better times throwing shows during COVID than after COVID.
Right, I can see that.
It was crazy. Because like when we were doing the shows during COVID, people were like, "Damn, we've been trapped in our damn house for fucking 2 years now. Like this is it."
Yeah,
this is it. Morak's coming. They're like, Morak's coming, bro. We sold out the Jewel during COVID.
That's wild. Yeah, because everybody just wanted to get the fuck. The people that were.
There was bro. With it, yeah. When Morak is selling shit out, bro, the world has gone crazy. Like, could that had not been a more perfect moment in time? Like Morak, the viral fucking, you know, like whatever you want to say about them, being a headliner when the world is shut down and being a sellout artist, you know what I mean? Like that was beautiful, man. I was so proud of that. I was so fucking proud of that.
That's dope.
And people that love me give me shit about working with Morak. People that love me, they're like, yeah, I love you, Jay, but you know, fuck those guys.
Damn.
I'm like, oh, well, damn, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, y'all probably booed Ric Flair too.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I know we talked about that last time because it was like, you know, they're known for their silly Facebook shit, but at the same time, especially then, they're fucking hot as fuck.
Bro, I ran for mayor when I was like 23 or 24 or something like that. I ran for mayor and I was in the parade and I rented a horse and carriage and told everyone that I wasn't going to lower taxes, but I was going to spare their peasant lives. So like I understand this level of fuckery. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was being interviewed and I was talking shit about the mayor like we were about to have a wrestling match. You know?
Yes.
And like that's kind of like what kind of changed my career. And you know, so like when I see Morak doing their shit like that, I'm like, man, I see what you're doing, buddy. I like it.
I love it. Yeah. Well, yeah. With that,
I love it's like an Andy Kaufman type thing. I think we said this last time.
Yeah.
And,
well, yeah, exactly. We did. And then now you've graduated to I know you've been doing stuff with Ari and the first Jason, which is just me and him just had a whole conversation. He was at Astronomicon and we had a whole drunken conversation about him and his cheese. Like,
oh my God.
I love it, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun.
Dude, Ari is the coolest, bro. I've been saying this, or anytime anyone ever mentions Ari, because I want this to go out there into the universe. He's the people's Jason.
I would agree.
He's the people's Jason.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know, like I've been to a lot of horror conventions, but I ain't never walked around a horror convention, smoked blunts all day with Jason before until me and Ari got cool.
Right. With his fucking guitar.
Bro, and he plays the fucking guitar, you know, like he just can't be any cooler.
No, I agree. No, he's definitely, yeah, him and Kane hotter, but you know, Ari's a part of Kane's just a homie.
Kane is like the godfather of all the Jasons, bro. Yeah. Like it's like you don't want to say too much, you know, you might be a little scared to approach him, you know?
But he's actually just a fucking sweetheart and a good ass dude.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But he's the most famous Jason, I think.
Probably.
So he's got that rock star, fucking like, holy fucking shit. There's this guy.
Yeah, but Ari's great, man. If you guys don't know Ari Lehman, he was the first Jason, the
first
kid in
Jason,
the lake,
bro.
And then he's also the frontman of the band, the first Jason. We actually hosted a show with him. Like, what was it?
If they had
5
just
years
stopped
ago?
right there, he would have been the only Jason.
Right, but that would have been weird, and that was a flashback. So, but yeah, we hosted a show with him like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was dope. And then we got to catch back up with him, and we had him on the show. And then we got to catch back up.
I didn't know he did shows. I didn't know nothing about First Jason until like a couple of years ago, and I was like, wait, what? The guy that played Jason is in a band? What?
Yeah, it's like, dude, the con circuit's insane, bro. There's all kinds of dope. There's so much dope shit out there, like, and it's kind of like the stuff you're leaning into, man. And I love it. And it's something we're sort of getting into because it's like shit I'm a fan of. Like,
yeah,
and it's fun. Like,
there's nothing cooler than being part of like something that you once really like, something that inspired you.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I don't want, I'm saying, oh, Friday the 13th inspired me. Like, did. I don't know what it inspired in me, but it didn't inspire me to go kill someone, but it definitely inspired me as a huge part of my life. Whatever it was, but like, to book a guy that is part of that, and like, actually, I have a couple projects with Ari that we're working on, like musical projects. So actually, we got a single coming out on April 28th, so it's coming out this month. With Ari does the chorus, so it's like Ari, Dr. Giggles, me, and my boy Ether, who's also on the I Leave Town song. We got like a little single coming out.
Oh, that's what's up.
I forgot what it's called.
It's
called Will You Survive? It's called Will You Survive?
Keytar?
No keytar on this one.
What are you doing, bro?
There will be a future keytar appearance.
How are you going to get a feature from Ari and not get the keytar, bro?
Right.
Oh, my God.
You fucked up.
Actually, I don't think we had the keytar.
I see it right here. Can You Survive? Dr. Giggles featuring First Jason, Fury, and Ether.
Yeah, and that's just like the first song that's coming out. We actually just did a bunch of songs.
You didn't have that guitar feature though.
Like a group.
We might have like a little, couple of people that know each other that make music together.
But see,
kind of thing.
Dope, man. I love that. It's like you said earlier. You're not here for this or that anymore. Like, you're having a good time. That's a good time.
I'm really, bro. Yeah, dude.
Like, someone
and my
could
son
argue,
is now
like,
part of the crew.
Someone could argue about Ari and his musical skills. Or not the skills necessarily, but like the cheesiness or the seriousness. But it's a good fucking time.
It's perfect for what it is. Yeah. Like, it couldn't be like, Friday the 13th is pretty cheesy, So for sure. It's like, if you're already in the mood for some Friday the 13th, and like, I'll tell you what's not cheesy is his guitar playing.
No,
like, he's nasty.
Yeah. No,
he's fucking nasty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Ari, bro.
No, he's dope as fuck.
He's a sweetheart.
For sure. No.
And he smokes mad weed, bro. Come on. I chilling with that guy, passing him the weed. I'm just like staring at his face, like, you're the one that jumped out of the lake in my favorite fucking movie.
Right. Dude, I'm not, like, anytime I do, I've only seen him a few times, but anytime he's around, it's a good time. Like, even because we had met him the one time, so when I saw him again at Astro, I'm drunk as shit. Here I am. He's like, oh shit, I remember you, because he has like a homie that lives here that some guy he's really good friends with. He's like, oh yeah, it was fucking what's his name's show. So there I am, we're fucking with him. We're talking about how cheesy he is. Blothar from Guar is over there fucking trying to stick his dicks into our fucking conversation, and then Ming Chang is like, what the fuck is going on over here? And I'm just like, holy shit, bro, like, this is fucking dope as fuck. I love these people, but it's just fun, man. I love it,
dude. Quick thing, that just came into my memory. I was at Rock and Shock. It was the final, I believe it was the final Rock and Shock. It was ICP playing it. Rock and Shock is this thing they were doing on the East Coast in Worcester. It was a big horror convention. It's kind of very similar to what like Astronomicon is.
But it was like a big thing.
I know George had something to do with Rock and Shock at some point. I don't know, but I said I know, and then I said I don't know at the same time. But I know what you mean. But like the final Rock and Shock, I was in line to meet Kane Harder, and I had like I had my grill on, like I was looking all cool and shit. I must have been looking cool because I'm sure that his assistant thought I was Shaggy Two Dope because she gave me a free autograph and fucking like she gave me the free machete. Like he signed, like it was like an $80 little thing that they gave me for free.
Hell yeah.
And I'm the whole time I'm standing there, I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm trying to give you this money. Like, your money's no good here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, hey man, thanks for putting me on the show. I'm like, this motherfucker thinks I'm an ICP.
Hell yeah. It's because you're that dark-skinned white guy with a grill.
Hey, I don't know, but I got a free machete out of it, bro.
Fuck yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Bro, it was hilarious. I was like standing there, I'm like, wow.
All right, we got the 6 in the chat room, and they got a lot of questions for you. So
the 6?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure who's running it. I don't know.
Oh my god.
It is, but they want to know when's your next music video, or what is your next music video?
Oh, I haven't even like thought about it making a music video right this second, really.
All right. Well, now it's in your head.
I don't know.
We're gonna work on that.
I don't know. I have a video recorded for one of the songs on the album, but we need to reshoot a couple things for it.
When is your album gonna hit Spotify? I think we kind of talked about that, but
ask Spotify.
Coming soon. Are you gonna be booking a first Jason tour?
Yeah, that's probably something that's gonna happen.
There you go. Fuck yeah. That'd be dope. You need to bring tours to the Midwest and then book us to be a part of it, or just fly us out to the East Coast.
my Warrack tour did come out to the Midwest.
Did it?
But yeah, shit got a little crazy on that tour, but
I can only
everyone's
imagine.
Still alive.
I could only imagine.
Everyone's alive still.
Everybody's just getting hit with hammers and shit.
Honestly, I think we're gonna do like a round 2, like of this Warrack World Tour, and because what's crazy is like the venues really were very open to book them. Like all the venue owners and promoters and shit. But you know what wasn't easy was getting people to open up for them. Like people didn't know that they make serious music.
Yeah.
And like, have like dope ass like songs and shit like that. They thought they were just doing the comic, the phone videos.
Which would make for a great fucking show if it was. I'd watch that shit. Like motherfuckers just popping out of the rafters and shit. Like
when we do this round 2 of the Warrack World Tour, I think we'll incorporate some more like rehearsed and like planned stuff. Like
have like a fucking riser on the stage, and then all of a sudden some dude just pops out that motherfucker with his phone. Like, yeah,
we'll learn magic tricks.
There you go. Everybody loves fucking magic, bro. That'd be fucking fire. Well, dude, the 6 is just asking all the questions, so I'm just gonna ask all of them because.
Dylan, just watch Cody Rhodes. Leave me alone.
Have you signed any new Lethal Records artists? There we go.
Fuck you, Dylan.
Uh-oh.
We can't talk about that right
now. Oh my god. Shout out to the 6, man. They're from the Northeast out here, man. They're really like, they put out an album called Black Magic and Trap Houses. It came out the same day. Actually, theirs came out on time. Mine came out, a week later. But we were supposed to release our shit on the same day. Their shit is really super dope and like has like, it has the way I think of music, like it has the sound that people want to hear, like right now, like that popular, like cool rock rap fucking shit. Like their shit's really dope. You guys should check them out. You guys should have them on here, and then I harass them in the chat room.
We have. I mean, we've had Dylan on before. Dylan's the homie.
You got Dylan?
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've talked. Yeah.
You bastard!
Shout out the fucking Dylan cartoon in the motherfucking building.
Yeah. That's my buddy, man. We're working on a lot of shit together all the time. Like, he's one of the guys. Like, you know how I was saying, like me and a couple of my friends are the only people that bring this underground juggalo shit. Like, he's not even a juggalo. Like, he's kind of like a second cousin of a juggalo. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting in there, but he hasn't said like whoop whoop and meant it in his heart yet. I know he's only said it out of like, you know, being sarcastic.
I feel, well, he's done a lot of shit with Lex, and he's done a lot of shit with Lex, and doing the fucking.
Oh yeah, he's always like real close to
festival.
He's real close to what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, had Gibby and Seth's crew and all them guys out there.
Yeah, we just did a Gibby tour. That's actually the only thing I've done this year so far, except for my release party, was the Gibby tour.
Amy G says Fury and Six's new albums are her favorite.
That's the queen of Lethal Weekend.
Yeah, shout out to
Amy. Shout out to the queen. All hail the queen.
All hail. Dylan, or the Six, says shut the fuck up about his group and answer his questions. Just shut up completely.
No.
No. So have you signed any new artists to Lethal Records?
Let me see.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Not yet. Nothing I can announce just this second, you know? We're gonna announce some shit. And actually I do want to work with a couple of artists, and you know, I'm just right now it's about Fury, bro. This is why I hate doing anything that involves other people. Like, you know, it's just like everyone forgets who Fury is.
This is about Fury. His brand new album just dropped. It's called Rage Quit. He's not gonna rage quit on us tonight, but we're still gonna keep asking fucked up questions. Yeah, okay, Kyle. Kyle asked this twice already, so we'll get to this one. Can you talk about the storyline you did with Tier Diaz at your album release party? That shit was dope.
Dude, Tier came up with the whole thing. He just sent me dude, Tier is the coolest dude. Like, he sent me this script, the idea, everything. He was just like, here it is, here's the script. And it came out so dope. Like, I didn't expect it to come out as dope as it did. Well, you know, I knew it was going to be dope, but like I was just blown away. I was like, man, this really was funny. And his performance at my release party was like next level. Like, he did his Killer T thing, and like I didn't see like anyone have the crowd go as crazy as he did, you know. So not even me. And that was my release party, and he outshined me.
They're all saying he stole the show. Tier's the shit. I mean, he's a legit actor, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so am I, bro. What are you talking about? He's a legit actor.
You're in fucking.
He's a legit actor.
You're in the female Ghostbusters.
He's in the Purge. He's in the Purge.
Ghostbusters movie, bro.
He's in the Purge 3. I'm in the Purge 4. You know, come on. He's in Ghostbusters. I'm in Ghostbusters. Yeah. We're both in Ghostbusters. Did you know that he was in Ghostbusters?
The same one, or is he in a real Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, he wasn't in the. He wasn't in the. No, he was in the same one as me. The best movie of all time. The greatest film of all time.
So good they had to change the name of it after they put him out.
Hey, listen, man. They just did that, you know, spice up the flavor a little bit.
He was in fucking, what's the show? What's the TV show, though?
Dexter.
Yeah, that's it.
Dexter.
I couldn't think of it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like, he got himself, like, put in, like, that's like if I was in, like, fucking Friday the 13th, you know, the new series coming out. Right. Like, just chilling in the background.
Yeah, just being like a cheerleader and shit.
I should have been like on 24. Mm-hmm. You gotta get it. You gotta give me the disc within an hour. Give me the disc. Like handcuffed under a desk, nerve gas everywhere.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Tier, man. That dude's dope, man. He's good people too.
Tier is the fucking man.
All the good people are on the East Coast, man. We're just getting drained, our life drained here in Missouri, bro. What else? There's a bunch of fucking questions. I don't know what they were. Let's talk about the fucking record. Let's fast forward. So I want to talk about working on the record. Actually, you know what? The first thing I want to talk about before we even get into what happened with the record, I want to talk about the what do you call it? I think this is probably one of the most important things on the record, and I want to know where it came from. The Muse, with rest in peace, Minnicide.
Dude, that's the last time I talked to Menacide. Like, we were just on Facebook, talking back and forth, you know, and I really hate when people send me the voice messages. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Me too.
I fucking hate it. Don't fucking send me no voicemail. The only person that could have sent me a voice message on Facebook, rest in peace to them. they're not here no more. So just stop all that. But anyways, Menicide, he was doing that. And at the time, I was like, oh my God, like, why? This guy, because I wanted to have a conversation with him. He's one of my heroes, dude. Like, when I come from horrorcore.com. I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that is?
Yep.
Horrorcore.com.
We're old too, buddy. We're old too.
And, like, he was like God on there, you know? He had the coolest features. He had the best sounding mixes. He had the best producers working for him. He was always like sunning people in the message board on some shit. You know, like he was the man. And like he became one of my heroes on that thing. So, you know, we only worked together one time actually. It was on my album Plan B, and it was a song Q Strange too. And it's called Gonna Be Alright. And that's the only time I ever worked with him, but when we wanted to work with each other like mad different times, it just never happened, you know? And it's crazy because I have a lot of collabs out there. He has a million collabs out there, and we're only on one song ever. And I was talking to him like probably like when I was really going through it, and he was one of the people I was talking to. And when he said that, it really meant a lot to me, man, to hear, you know, what he said on that message. And when he passed away, I was like, you know, like, holy fuck, dude. Like, I hope I still have that, because like that was like one of like young Fury's, like, you know, like that was one of my heroes coming and telling me that, you know, and that meant like a lot to me. And there's actually a funny thing about that I was hoping you'd bring that up. When I saw you had it on the playlist, I was like, oh yes. So Fable Lovers just did I think they just did a review of my album, and in the comments, somebody posted, you know, I got up to the point where this guy calls Fury a top 5 MC and just burst out laughing and turned off the fucking album.
Oh shit.
And like, man, I read that comment and I was like, I literally cackled. Like, so I appreciate that guy for saying, like, you know, I don't think I'm no top 5 MC. You know, like I don't think I'm no fucking top 5 MC. I don't think I'm fucking but I think what Menicide was trying to say was that I was one of the legit ones, and I think I am one of the legit ones. I know I'm one of the legit ones. Like, I'm really telling you some real shit, you know. But I think that's what he was trying to say, but he was also trying to lift me up. And when I was putting out the album, I was just like, man, I really want to put that on there. It meant a lot to me.
For sure. I'm sure. I mean, it's as soon as I saw it, like when I saw the track list, I went to that first just because I was like, what is this? Like, that's dope. It's just dope to see his name. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And
yeah. He's cool. Someone that, like, I consider him like an OG. Like, I consider him a top 5 MC. I consider him a top 5 in my underground, like, you know, because I don't, honestly, bro, like, I'm weird. I don't listen to a very much artists. You know, I really don't. And like, he's one of the guys who, when I was coming up, when I was trying to learn off of my peers, when I was trying to learn off of people that were doing it right and were getting the results they wanted, he's one of the people who I was like, man, I want to be more like that.
For sure. No, that's awesome, man. And it's cool. Like, it's dope that he was that to you, and then it's cool to see you kind of returning, like putting this on the record now, like, you know, after his passing, and, you know, seeing his name still being out there in positive light. Shit's
Rest
dope,
in peace,
man.
Menicide, bro. He's the man.
For sure. I'm glad we got to have him on the show when we first started. Like, one of our earliest days, like back when we first started, it was 2017. We had Menicide on the show, and then in 2018. We did our first Replicon Radio Awards. He won Underground Album of the Year. Yeah. And hopefully Fury will be a nominee. Yep. This it's coming Replicon. I like, oh yeah. Sometimes I see y'all doing this event of the year shit and nobody mentions Lethal Weekend. Yo, this is because
It's like y'all are afraid to mention Lethal Weekend in this conversation because you know I'm gonna win this shit.
That's right.
Neither did your fans, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any fans. They're just like it's like a pump and dump thing. They're like, oh, Fury's got fucking Shaggy coming here, pump and dump.
Yeah, we feel bad for that. We didn't. There's a
We
lot
missed
of
so
shit.
much shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit we missed.
Maybe there will be a Lethal Weekend 6, and maybe I'll be in 2 categories this year, bro. This will be my triumphant debut. I'm like I'm gonna be like fucking Keyquan, bro. I'm like fucking Keyquan!
There you go.
T-Quan.
Do you know who that is?
No.
No, the little shortstop. The dude that just won an Oscar from Everything Everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
You don't watch Asian people.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Data,
shortstop, bro.
Data,
Come
bro.
on.
Data.
I'm Keyquan.
Yeah.
I'm Keyquan, bro.
I feel you.
I'm gonna
said that
cry when I
movie
get this.
You're gonna take a
Replicon
20-year break, and then you're gonna come back. And
I'm
win
gonna
2
cry. I
Olympics.
did take a 20-year. 5 years is 20 years in hip hop.
I feel you. You know, I tell you, for everyone, not just for you, for everyone listening, we're fucking idiots. We don't keep track of things. We're very forgetful, so we kind of put it in everybody else's hand to remind us what the fuck happened throughout the year. But
No,
if you want to be guaranteed you're a part of that shit, book us on your event, and we'll remember that motherfucker.
Amy, just make sure you tell them, Amy.
Yeah.
Please, Amy. I'm not gonna. You know, I'm gonna take it to where it needs to be once I'm a nominee.
There you go.
But nominating yourself is like, you know, come on, man. I'm not gonna nominate myself.
Why not?
You're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Nah,
We got you.
nah. This is passive aggressive nomination right now.
Well, that's
So
the best kind, bro.
So you'd rather not nominate yourself, but then complain about nobody mentioned your shit. That's awesome.
I love it.
All right.
Hey, man, I'm the king of lizards, bro.
That's right. So you should be a part of it because we're, you know,
Mhm.
Oh, 100%.
you know we love you though. You're the only guy in the world that, you know what I mean, that's got a ring for me. So just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Rage Quit. It's out right now everywhere but Spotify.
Everywhere but Spotify.
So this record was announced as a collaboration with you and our good friend Mario. Most people know him as Mars. And the
Mad Insanity.
yes. So first of all, how did that come about, and what happened next?
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So we were talking about putting out my album because he's just like, when I think about like horrorcore and stuff, like almost everything I was just saying about Medicide, I think the same about Mars. You know, like Mars is like, he was the one to make it look mainstream to be a horrorcore artist. Like, I like, as far as like, you know, ICP was always wearing cool shit and appearing on cool shit, but Mars made it look cool for the underground guy to look cool. You know what I mean? And I always loved like his platform and the way he put stuff out. So when I was getting ready to release my album, I reached out to him and I was like, bro, like, I got this album. I put a lot of fucking money into this shit, you know, like, and I really just want to put it out, you know? And I was like thinking, I don't got no fucking big, like, there's not a demand for Fury to put out music. No, a lot of people are probably happy I don't make music anymore. Probably more so than the people that are happy I make it. So, like, I was trying to get, like, a bigger platform to put my music out so I could get this little buzz to kind of, like, you know, just more casual listeners. Like, the person that, you know, they like the genre, but they haven't heard of me. Let's check this out. You know, Mars got, like, 100,000 followers on this and that, you know. He's got a big network.
The Empire hookup, for sure.
Yeah, and the Empire hookup. That's another thing. That was very, very big for me. So we put out the single with Shaggy, and that's still through Mad Insanity and Empire. So that's a Mad Insanity Empire product. But when we were trying to, well, it was basically me. I was trying to like rush this, not rush, but like me knowing that I'm not trying to be like the big poppin' rapper right now with a buzz. Like I I needed to get these songs out of my soul. And I was sick and tired of having them just like to my own personal collection and playing them to the people I live with, bro. Like, it's like, that's not why you make music. You make it to release this, you know, like, especially this record is highly, highly, highly personal. So like there was a certain schedule that I wanted to stick to, and it just our schedules really just didn't work out. And it was basically like me and him had a conversation really quick, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna put this out. I have to, you know, I'm gonna put this out. You know, let's regroup. You know, because I'm not dead. I'm gonna keep making music, so sure. We could regroup and fucking, you know, come up with something. I actually got a whole other album ready to go in the chamber because he was supposed to do 2 of my albums, but I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna speculate on what's gonna happen because like I haven't talked to him since. I told him kind of like, yo, I cannot wait anymore. My body cannot wait anymore to put these songs out. So I just put this shit out myself.
So it wasn't like nothing bad with you and Mars?
No, it wasn't no bad thing, bro. Like, that's my homie, bro. Like, he's an OG. Like, he's an OG. And like I didn't lose nothing from this deal. He didn't lose nothing from this deal. Like, this was just like us trying to do something real quick and you know, make something happen with what, you know, resources we had. And his timeline didn't line up with what I was doing. And I needed this shit out. Like, for instance, like I had this song with Arnel Pineda from Journey. It's called Final Boss. And I was supposed to release that song on March 3rd. And it was because on the 4th, Journey was in town in Connecticut, and I had like real good tickets with my dad, and plus, you know, I'm in contact with Arnel, so I was trying to make this moment happen where the album, that song's released on all platforms. I could get the cool promo video with Arnel, with my dad, you know, get the social media sharing, and that just didn't happen. You know, like something got fucked up and it didn't go out in time, and I ended up putting out the song on YouTube. Yeah. And I was like, man, all right, man, I can't rely on someone else right now. This is a personal mission. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Really, like this album was a personal mission. This was not something I did for like to try to like become some kind of big famous guy or something like that. I don't know. Like, you know, people think like, oh, I'm just going to get 1 million followers because I got this collab or something. Like, the collabs I have on this album are like, this is like my bucket list. You know, this is like me going as far as I wanted to bring Fury personally, not for you, not for anyone else, but for me. And like, that's really, this album is all that.
Amen to that. But yeah, no, that definitely makes sense because it's like you said, it's a personal thing, and it's hard for anybody to relinquish control, especially when you have an idea of what you want to do with something that's so personal.
Yeah. and like I said, we'll probably end up working together, you know, on some other shit when it all lines up, dude. That's my guy. I know I want to go on a little tour with him or something. Like, that's my buddy. Maybe we'll put out a deluxe version of this same album through his thing when he's ready. You know, because I do have, there's a couple tracks that I kind of left off the album in case I was going to do a deluxe edition. So like there's always that little thing in the future.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Mars as well.
Yes, sir, bro.
I like the idea of you guys doing, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when that first got announced, I was like, oh, it's dope that you guys are doing shit together because it's
yeah,
cool.
Man. Like, and like I said, bro, he's like everything I said about Menacide being an OG. Like, there's Mars, there's Menacide, bro. Like, V Sinister, McNasty, which Menacide mentions on my song, like on the interlude.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm talking to McNasty, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. There's a little bit of horrorcore.com community in this thing, man. Because that horrorcore.com thing, it made a lot of people. A lot of people started cooking in that message board. As silly as it sounds, bro. Like, because a lot of people, bro, big people came from that message board.
I know it. I remember. I'm old, bro.
Low key, bro. Come on, Mad Max.
Yeah. That whole fucking squad, the whole fucking, all that shit. It's
Man,
wild.
crazy shit.
It's wild, bro. And then
Even DZK. Even DZK. Remember that motherfucker? Oh my god, I wish he didn't diss Eminem.
I don't remember that. Yeah, everybody dissed Eminem back then. That was the horrorcore thing to do.
Nah. No. If you guys don't know who DZK is, what I'm talking about. He was like the #1 artist on fucking, before it was SoundCloud, it was SoundClick.
Yeah.
And like that had like, it was just as big as SoundCloud. It had millions of people on that shit. And fucking, he was the man. He was on there battling everyone, dude. Like, he had like the top song, bro. Someday when you get a chance, man, look up DZK. There's like hardly any rappers that are like more, especially like on a battle tip. Like, there's hardly another rapper out there as vicious as DZK is a battling rapper. He was so nasty.
I'll definitely have.
He still is nasty.
He's still around? Still rapping?
Yeah, I mean, he's not like he was back 10. Well, it was like more than 10 years ago. We're talking about 2005.
Yeah.
He was like at the top of his game. He still makes music now, but you know.
Fuck yeah. I'll definitely check it out. DZK. Writing that shit down, bro. Writing that shit down.
Yeah.
So the record did come out. You just had your release party, which I heard was a success. Lots of dope.
It was fun, man. Like it was more of like a party, bro. Like every artist that I fuck with in New England was basically there. We brought DJ Clay in. He did the whole he did an EDM set and a rapping set. The Six was there doing their thing. They had the same album they had an album coming out that same weekend. You know, Fear. It was really good, man. I was like, man, like I was just gonna go on absolute last so I could watch everyone do their thing first, you know.
Well, that's what a headliner does, Fury.
Yeah, I know, but like I had bigger artists in the building than me that night, you know. Like usually, I'd be like, okay, even though it's my release party, there's some bigger, heavier hitters in here than me. I'm gonna fucking put them on, last.
No, you're the headliner,
bro. One time, Ice Cube opened up for me.
Yeah.
In Michigan, so
you were the headliner.
I went on after him.
That's your headline. There you go. Shout out to Ice Cube. Thanks for
shout out to Ice Cube. Thanks for opening up, buddy.
Thanks for opening for my boy.
Thanks, buddy.
That's the shit.
I told Shaggy Two that story. He was furious that it happened.
Really?
He was like, "Why?"
Probably because it was like that happens.
Because Ice Cube was a fucking legend, bro. No one should be rapping after him. No one should go up on stage after him.
No, I agree, but that especially it happens more nowadays because the clubs want to stay open late, or the venues, but the main people are there at a certain amount of time, so it's like they hit the stage at 9 or 10, and then you go on at fucking midnight, and half the crowd already left, and they're just like trying to sell some drinks and shit.
Dude, the people that were looking at me on stage after Ice Cube had finished doing his thing were like, "Why is this happening?" Like, why is this happening to me?
And you're like, y'all just wait until 2023 when I drop Rage Quit on your asses.
Yeah.
It's gonna be late, but you gonna understand.
6 years, y'all. I'm about to drop a fucking album.
That's right. Just wait. So what's the record's out in most places now. What's going on with the physical copies? I know you had a few of them at the release party, but
I got very few of the original because they got the Mad Insanity logo amongst other people's cool logos that were part of the project, But like, I've got to repress it up because I'm gonna have to repress it up. Well, let's see what happens. I still got a couple left, so I'm not gonna reorder these ones. So whenever these are gone, this is gonna be the only time it's gonna look like it does.
I got you, but it's the same.
The artwork's gonna be
there's
different.
nothing. There was no. It's the artwork and
it's just artwork
logos
that is going to be changed.
There's no issue with the music.
No.
I remember when you posted that, I thought there was some sort of like clearance or something that you didn't get, and they had to take off, and you're like, "Fuck it, we printed 100."
Man, bro. Oh, speaking of clearance, bro. So DistroKid, bro, they smoke methamphetamines, bro. Like, so,
Amen.
I don't know if you fuck with DistroKid or have ever uploaded anything to
I know
them,
a lot of
but
people that do.
I just fuck with meth.
man, they fuck with meth, bro. Like, you know, and like basically when I sent them the album to upload it, a couple of the songs got flagged for, you know, it's got a big artist on it, and they, you know, they protect, these flags are there to protect, you know, these artists' discographies. Like, you know, you get tagged and put into like someone's category, you know, it could be damaging to the artist if their fans hear some garbage attached to their name. So like that's why they like have them flags. So they got flagged, and I sent them all this fucking contracts for these songs I got, and they're like, we don't accept contracts. And I'm like, what? That's like, you ever have like one of those moments where you feel like the world just stops for a second, like because you're just so dumbfounded that like you just can't understand, you know, like you're just like, what happened?
What? Yeah.
So like they sent me this email, they're like, we don't accept contracts. Like, so then they send me back, this is what they accept. Fucking direct message on Twitter from the famous person's profile, or and that, you know, that doesn't that sound like that's hard to get?
Could be. Yeah.
It could be, right?
Harder than a
Wait, well, listen to the other thing. Don't worry, if you can't get that to work, you know what else you could do? Get a picture of their driver's license or passport.
What the fuck?
They literally ask you for a fucking copy of these people's passport. They're like, oh, all personal information could be blanked out. It's like, what are you talking about, bro?
Hey, Joey.
Like,
can you send me a fucking picture of your driver's
exactly,
license?
bro. Like, what am I, dude? I had them thoughts for a second. I'm like, do I really? Is the next thing I do is ask these people for their fucking passport? And then what are they gonna think?
Yeah, right.
So
that's not normal.
Yeah, it's all good though, because Bizarre took care of it for me. He sent the DM, and it pushed it through. Them getting one famous person to DM them, they were just like, oh, let all the features go through. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, all you need is one. You didn't say that in the beginning.
Right.
Bro, because like I thought this was about to be a thing where I'm tracking people down and asking them to take time out their day and fucking do this shit, you know?
Right. Like I already did all this. This has been
yes, I did, bro. I gave them contracts.
That's insane. That's weird. I've never heard of that.
Can we have
a lot of people that get clearance?
Like, can we have a picture of your passport or driver's license? Like, yeah. Hey, that's a thing.
Yeah, especially if it's, you know what I mean? Like, maybe not with you necessarily because you work with a lot of these people, but like...
Yeah, like, I have a good relationship with these people, like, so it's like, all right, it's a little bit...
But a lot
it's
of
a little bit easier for me.
Paying for sending somebody money for a feature, like, if they get the opportunity, like... Or they're fucking getting charged off the ass from underground hustling to get a feature from a Magic Ninja artist.
People out there, make sure when you are getting a collab with someone that you don't do paperwork. Just simply take a picture of their passport or their driver's license.
Right.
Just say, hey, man, you know, that's great, man. Like, let me see your passport.
It doesn't even make sense. Black out
this is
and then
a
you can
sick
black
world.
out their personal information.
Like
this is
a
name
sick
and
world,
address.
bro.
Right.
Yeah, like, who is DistroKid to have, like, their personal information like that?
Right. That's wild.
They're going to assassinate. It's the Illuminati. This is what it is. I'm just figured it out. It's the Illuminati, and they're going to assassinate these people. They're just compiling, like, a database.
It could be. That could be what it is.
Who's gonna expect?
Fucking DistroKid.
Who's gonna expect DistroKid? He's just a kid.
We're all going back to CD Baby now. Fuck you, DistroKid. We ain't having it. CD Baby for life.
Mm-hmm. CD Baby don't ask no questions.
That's right. So yeah, let's break down this record, man. Let's talk about So you mentioned the features and all this. So you got some people on here. We got Q Strange. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned earlier. How did you get Raka to do a serious song?
Oh my God, I'm glad someone asked that question and got what we were doing with that. Thank you for fucking thank you. So my idea was for to get 3 artists who are like known for, like me, I'm counting myself, so like 2 other artists that are known for like being highly controversial, highly, like, crazy, and to get them to do something that's a little bit more serious and meaningful. So like that song is basically 3 people breaking character for a second, I feel like. And Rucka is actually, he's good friends with the producer of this whole album, my boy James Vesper. And James is the one that got Rucka involved because he was Rucka's guitar player when he did Rucka did like this little European run of shows, live shows, and James was his guitar player. And then while James was doing that, I was like, bro, like I was already a huge fan of Rucka Ali because Bizarre is actually the person that put me on to Rucka Ali. So I was like, bro, ask him to drop something for this project. And James was like, oh, what should we do? And then we discussed this, like, oh, let's do something like where we're kind of like all breaking character, So Rucka did that. And then when we finished, I thought we finished. We were actually only halfway done. When we were recording the second half of the album, we were in LA, and Rucka Ali actually came to like all of our studio sessions. Like he was sitting there the whole time, bro. And like he actually has verses to some of my other songs on this album that we just did like just fucking around. And I think I'm gonna put one of them out later on. Like it's so fucking funny. Like Rucka Ali is the funniest dude like in life. Do you guys listen to Rucka Ali?
I do not know. I can't say I do.
Oh my God. Well, you're gonna be like, I can't believe who Fury was just saying good things about on my radio show. If you go look up Rucka Ali on YouTube and listen to literally any of his songs.
I will. I like that you're putting me on to new people because most people don't do that.
Dude,
Right.
Rucka Ali makes the kind of music that 12-year-olds play full blast into their Xbox headsets while you're fucking beating them at Call of Duty.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. It's going to change your life.
Yeah.
It's going to change your life.
Yeah. I will definitely check it out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
And Q Strange, someone, you had mentioned Q Strange. Like, Q Strange is like another one. Like, I was going to say Mars, Metaside, but Q is from out here. And like, he was our superstar, Like, and like, he's the scumbag superstar, fucking, he was just killing it out here, man. I don't know if you heard like Creation Execution, Strange Land, like all his classics. Like, some like it's either you really know Q Strange or you never heard, like in horrorcore.
For sure.
Like, but like Q was just like a huge inspiration to me, in more ways than just the music. Like, I started booking shows. Like he even mentions it in the song. Like that verse that he did on my album, like people say watch like WrestleMania and shit, and they say, oh, he's passing the torch. Like I feel like Q was kind of like passing me the torch there on that shit. Like, not that I'm gonna fucking be the king of Strangeland or something like that, or go on a crazy horrorcore fucking tirade, but like Q Strange, like even just mentioning like the fact that like we existed in the same universe, and he's like, we had a couple riff or two, you know what I mean? But we family, and that's just our siblings do. Like, bro, he's acknowledging that me and Q Strange had a riff, bro. And I survived a riff with Q Strange, bro. Like, I think, you know what I mean? Like, that's like surviving a match with Brock Lesnar.
For sure. But that's
so,
and
Q Strange is my fucking, like when I was first doing these shows, like, we're talking about, I was 17 years old, like, putting together these shows. Like, I was putting together shows. I had a fake ID that said I was 23 years old, and I was putting shows together, and I was booking shit like Q Strange and Dr. Dingles and Wolfpack and shit like that. And like, man, like, he was like the guy we all thought was like the one that was gonna just be the new big face of underground rap. And he in a way he got there. He became that. But we all thought that he was gonna be like fucking huge, you know, like a necro, like you know, like something that like brought into pop culture is what I mean.
For sure.
You know, that's how I should say.
He
like
was kind of everywhere
I thought,
for
like,
a minute.
Yeah. Oh man, he came back and had a little battle with Tech Nine and shit. You know, like come on, too fucking strange, bro. You know.
That's wild.
So
that's dope though. And then you got a beautifully titled track called Belle Biv DeVoe featuring Riff Raff and Johnny Bombs.
Oh man, that song. There's a lot of history in that song, bro. Oh my god, when you guys all find out the history in that song and the shit that plays out on national television, I can't even tell you what's gonna happen, but there's gonna be something big with that song, and it's gonna be, everyone's gonna see it. A lot of people, more than 1 million people are gonna see it. But Riff Raff's my guy.
Is that right?
No, I'm dead serious. There's going to be something crazy going on with that song.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess we better look forward to that. Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, look forward to it. I can't say nothing about it. I've said too much. They would take my money away if I told you anymore.
They're going to take that. Somebody's going to take that shit anyway. Then we got the Leave Town track with Shaggy, Ether, and Dr. Giggles that came out a few weeks ago. I know we had that. We played that when it dropped.
Yeah, I saw you guys play that. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Thank you. That's so.
We got you, man. Even when you ain't here, we got you.
Right.
Thank you. See, Ether is like me and Ether got a group called Capital Punishment. That was my first rap anything. Before I was anything, I was Jay Fury from Capital Punishment. You know, and like this is when we were like 14, and we like worshipped pretty much all. If you were rapping in Detroit, we pretty much worship you. You know, like we was into like ICP, Twisted, Eminem, D12, Esham, like all this shit. Like we was just eating all of this up. This was our shit. And like, there's this song, like. There was an early version of this song that I didn't really like at all. Like, it was just a different version of the song, and the beat was different. And actually, it's out. You can actually check it out. I put out this thing called the Lethal Leak. It's on Spotify and all that stuff. And the demo version of I Leave Town is on there. And I really, truthfully, with all my body, hated that version of that song. And like my producer kind of like, we had a good discussion. I'm like, bro, this is like my favorite artist of all time. You know, like ICP is like my favorite thing ever. You know, like that shit really like changed my life and like gave me strength when I didn't have any. And like having Shaggy on this song, and this song wasn't my favorite song on the record, it was like depressing to me. So we reworked the song because, you know, what Shaggy did was just classic. You know, Shaggy put down the most awesomest classic Shaggy Tungo shit ever. It was just like, I wasn't happy with the beat and I wasn't happy with what I put down. So we changed it all up, new beat, new energy, and I put my homeboy Ether on there from Capital Punishment. And like, that's the dude, like he taught me how to rap. When I had the idea that I wanted to be a rapper and I didn't know, like you didn't know anything about how we're going to go about doing this. You know, like you're learning every day something when you decide something like this. And like this guy would write my verses on these songs, you know, none of these songs are out anywhere. Like this is all like demo tape, karaoke machine shit. But this is like the essence of why I did anything further. It's because like when we were kids, me and this dude used to rap in the basement of this house and fucking like offer each other like advice and help and mold each other and shit. Like that's the most fun part. You know, like that's the best part of doing anything is the starting. You know, like really, when you start something and you got this like drive to do it, starting is always the best part, and like nothing will ever change that. So having him come back and like this is like one of the first verses he's laid down after not doing verses for like 10 years. And, you know, like, we're back working on new music, but it's fun now. We're not chasing this thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we're only rapping and shit because it's like, this is what we really truthfully wanted to do today, you know? Which, like, doing that and being the age I am, I'm older than the people that are starting out, you know? Like, I appreciate those early days so much more. And that's why I put Ether on this song. And he puts down, like, the classic fucking, like, from my childhood Ether verse on this shit, and it's just so fucking dope. It's like my favorite shit ever. And that boosted this song to me like 1,000,000%, and made this song, like, it became my favorite song again. And then I had Dr. Giggles, another person I keep saying, Mars, Menacide, Hugh Strange, V Sinister, fucking, like, these horrorcore fucking legends, right? Dr. Giggles, another person who is my OG. Do you guys know who Dr. Giggles is? Because he was popping back then too, like back in the early 2000s, like 2000, 2001, 2, 3.
I know the
like
name,
that.
but I'm not super familiar.
Yeah, he was out here, like, when we were out here doing the scene, like, he was around Wolfpack a lot. Like, they had him like being a roadie and shit like that.
Oh.
But, like, he had his own thing.
Poor
Like,
guy.
he's been doing this Dr. Giggles thing for mad long. And my first time, like, dude, I'm talking about the people that built me, bro. I get into this shit when I start thinking about and diving into my mind. Like, Dr. Giggles, I was his hype man. Like, I became his hype man when I was like 16, 17. And like, that put in the live performance aspect of my show, of my outfit. You know what I mean? And, like, he's just another person I threw on there, like, on some, like, OG shit. Like, let's get the fucking original gang back together from when this dream was actually, like, pure. Like, when it fucking started and it was like a real pure dream to have. We were all sitting there in those times, like 2002, 2003. Just like, we would literally, after a show or after a studio session, just be sitting there like, one day, you know, maybe we can do a song with ICP, you know, maybe someday we could get on an ICP show. Maybe we can, you know, like, get signed to Psychopathic. That was the dream. That's everyone's dream in horrorcore at one point. And like, so that song, bro, I Leave Town, it means so much to me because, like, it's so fucking OG. Like, it just don't get more OG than that. It just fucking don't. Not for me. Not for me.
I love it. That's the shit to me. That's the shit to me because it's the shit to you. Like, that's fucking dope. We should just call this whole record horrorcore.com.
I know, huh? Maybe that's my next one, bro. Maybe.
That's the next one.
That would be fire, bro.
Right?
That would be a fire thing.
Yeah.
Who owns it, though? Like, you know, who owns it? Who's gonna come sue me for it?
Nobody. You can call your shit Juggalo.
No,
Nobody even
you
owns
kidding
that
me?
shit, dog.
No, it's not nobody. Why isn't there a horrorcore.com right now? It's because someone still owns it.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
That person.
Somebody owns
I
the
heard
domain name, not the name. You could call your record that because it's something completely different.
Yeah, but then I'd be sending people to a dead website.
It's because they don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something with that name. Thank you for that idea. I'm gonna steal that.
If they don't know, they don't know. What does this do? It's not doing.
Dude,
anything.
horrorcore.com is one of those things that really, truthfully, was one of the biggest things in my motherfucking life. And it's not here anymore. It's gone. We have fucking shitty Facebook now. And
It should just says
getting
there
banned for
must be.
saying things. And like, bro, like, it's terrible now. We used to be able to say things.
Right. This is weird. It's not even like this isn't unavailable. It just says we're checking if horrorcore.com is a typo. Like, it won't even fucking go to a. It's not even like this is unavailable or you like to buy it. It's just like, fucking, this place can't be reached.
I know that the guy that owned it back in the day disabled it, but still owns it, and refuses to sell it to anyone for moral reasons. That's what I heard, and that's the most believable thing I've heard.
For moral reasons.
That dude actually gave me my favorite album review of all time. Like, he reviewed my debut album, and like, I did not expect it, and he fucking gave me like the dopest review ever. And then my album became the #1 album on that site for like fucking 6 months. And it was like the coolest thing to achieve that, man. Like, I was fucking talking down to peasants when I was #1 of horrorcore.com. You know what I mean? Motherfucking peasants were just asking me questions. I was just like, get out of here, clown.
What's that fucking man?
I'm #1, baby.
That's right. I'm the #1 clown. What's that website where you can go to old websites? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Internet Time Machine?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, but it shows the front page, but once you click in there, like, it shows you like trust me, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've gone back in time in that thing looking specifically for horrorcore.com relics. Do you guys know about the anarchist vampire?
For some reason, that just hit something in my brain, but I don't know what the fuck it was.
Bro, the anarchist vampire, right, is my favorite fucking thing to ever come out. And like, dude, it's on YouTube. Some genius, some saint put it on YouTube, right? And so a long time ago, bro, like I'm talking like 2004, this website came out, Anarchist Vampire, right? And he had a one sheet that was like modeled like how like them one sheets that would leak for like ICP records would come out with a cool promo pic and the little description, all that stuff. Like, he put out a one sheet and it was like, Anarchist Vampire, he's a face paint great like the Cottonmouth Kings. Like, so the first line let you know that this is a troll. Like, but then like he told him he's the biggest artist on the West, on where he's from, this and that, da. Like, it was genius, and the songs were so fucking terrible, but not terrible in a way. Like, I mean, they're terrible, bro. Like, it's terrible. Listen, is there any way you could just play something from Anarchist Vampire right now so like it makes sense to the people listening?
Maybe. You said it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, bro. But like,
why do I remember that name so much?
So it went viral in our circles. It went viral. People were sharing it because like the music was like, "We are the Hatch Riders, ride or die. Step the fuck back or never live again. We are the Hatch Riders." And like one of the dudes sounded like it might be his dad on there. Like, and the recording quality wasn't that bad, and it sounded like the production was made purposely bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I never found out who put it out. They've never revealed themselves, to my knowledge. And man, like, it was one of my favorite moments in time, bro. So I had this idea, maybe to kind of draw out the real Anarchist Vampire. Like, I've already ripped the songs off of YouTube. I'm gonna rip the songs, and I'm gonna put out the Anarchist Vampire album on Lethal Records. And then whoever sues me, if someone sues me, that's the Anarchist Vampire.
Just so you can find him?
I just want to find my soulmate, bro. He's my music soulmate.
Fresh dark blue Escalade. Caught some punk slipping. Hit him in the back with my hatchet. That boy is fucked. Blood all over the street. Time for me and my boys to beat feet in the mind of a killer. All you hear is...
That shit just reminds me of Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I'm not playing anymore.
Anarchist Vampire is now in my growing list of horrorcore rappers I worship. That I
don't
keep
want to get
going.
deleted
Like,
off of fucking YouTube for playing that. But oh, that's loud now. I went to the fucking Wayback Machine. I'm looking at fucking horrorcore.com from fucking 04, 2013. And there's fucking ads for Q Strange on the side.
Yep.
And
can you
ads
actually
for
see
insane poetry
posts though on there? Or no, it's just
I
like
saw
the
ads and shit. Let's see. I can see if I can open up a forum here. Some of it works, some of it doesn't.
Yeah, man, that thing is dope, bro. I often visit that and look back. Do you remember realjuggahose.com? Do you guys remember that?
Juggahose?
Juggahose. It was the fake real juggalos. They stole their layout, and it was Juggahose. and it was ran by this guy named Shat the Clown, who pretended to be a insider on Psychopathic that was leaking information. You don't remember that?
I probably would. I don't
crazy.
know, but I remember back then it was like, there was so many.
Man, to be a juggalo in those days,
shit,
man, was to be like a treasure hunter.
Fucking horrorcore radio, holy shit, that's crazy. So I'm looking at this fucking site. That's wild, bro. I remember being on that shit, fucking horrorcore radio with Havoc, because I used to.
I had a show either on horrorcore radio or juggalo radio. I did a Fury in the Morning radio show.
That's wild. The good old days, man. I was just a kid. Like I remember, like you said, you were deep into the forums and shit. I don't even think I used to look at it, but I didn't know how to like do it because I was like a kid, like.
Mm-hmm.
And we barely had fucking dial-up fucking internet and shit.
Bro, when they got fucking
I was trying to download internet, bro, one picture of a TV.
I remember, I was a young kid. I came out of the mental hospital, and cable internet had been installed in my house. So like it was like I came out of the mental hospital, and here was the new internet ready to go. It was amazing. I just will always remember that.
Hell yeah, it's crazy.
Hell yeah, Institute of Living.
That shit's crazy, man. But yeah, all kinds of shit on there. You got Rage Quit with fucking D12. You got another track with Ether, song. Whiteout, Freeze.
That's the OG crew.
And you mentioned it earlier, Final Boss with Arnell from fucking Journey.
Yes.
How did that come about? Like, don't get me
wrong,
the other shit. The other
shit's dope. I'm the king of lizards. I'm the king of lizards. Do you not doubt this?
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to dismiss D12 for anybody listening, but if you know anything about Fury, then you know that he fucks with Bizarre and a lot of people. So that's not that. It's dope, but it's not that crazy to me. Fucking Journey though. I mean, it's no fucking Steve Perry, but
right. Well, you know, he's the Filipino. He's the Thriller from Manila. You know, he's the. Dude, so, you know, I'm Filipino. My dad, full Filipino. I'm half. And, like, my dad is as Filipino as a motherfucking gets, bro. Like, he grew up in the 40s during the war, you know, like, and then went on to be playing as a musician with the USO during the Vietnam War. And that led him to other music jobs that he got. Traveled the world playing music. Like he really made it off the island by playing guitar and singing, and that's like the dreams of a lot of Filipinos, especially people that are musicians, you know, like to break out and become an American, you know, because they love America, you know, like my dad loves America, you know, like that's what I know. I don't know how shit going on right now. I don't fucking know. They might hate us. I don't fucking know. But my dad and being raised and the stories I was told from my dad is like how Americans like saved the soldiers, like saved them, and how, you know, how such an honor it was to perform for the soldiers and stuff. So he's big on this American dream, you know, and to come here and have the life he's had, and he still plays in a band from time to time and still gets to do his music. He's 83 years old, and he's been my biggest influence in my life, my father, as far as anything, you know, dude taught me how to wipe my ass, you know, so he's inspired me everything in life, you know, and he is a big fan of Arnell because in 2007, when he became the lead singer of Journey, it really made him proud, like to see a Filipino, you know, make it that far, make it to the top of America, you know, like to do that. It inspired him. I remember in those times, like when it first happened and like Arnell was like all over like Oprah and all that stuff. My dad was watching every video. He was getting every DVD. He was like watching, hey, watch this. Hey, watch this. You know, look at Arnell. He's so good. Like my dad was so fucking proud of Arnell. So during the pandemic, I'm flashing forward, you know, I saw Arnell he was doing this video service Cameo for, he was doing greetings, and my dad had just had like an operation, and I hired Arnell to do a small greeting video for my dad and to sing a little song on the video, and I sent it to him, and my dad was like, my dad don't know shit about what Cameo is. Right. You know what I mean? He's 85 years old. He don't know, he don't know none of this shit. So he's looking at me like, how are you doing this? You know what I mean? I'm like showing him like there's nothing bigger than this, And he's like, I showed him the video of Arnell singing to him. He's like, how are you doing this? Like, what is happening right now? He can't believe what he's seeing. Like, what the fuck? So I'm in contact with him through that app, and I was just like, man, you know what? I'm gonna shoot a little shot real quick, So I sent him a little DM because he had already done the video for me, so I sent him a little DM, and I was like, how about would it be possible to do a song with me and my father? So my dad, if you listen to the song, he does the guitar solo at the end of the song. I give him a whole verse at the end of the song to do a guitar solo. And, that, man, like, dude, that was like one of the best moments of my life to see that come together. To see my dad that happy and proud to do something, and my family back home in the Philippines to see, to see my dad in that light, it means a lot. It don't mean nothing to like underground rap fans. They might say, oh, he's got a song with Journey? Oh, cool. Huh? Steve Perry. Huh? But, for me, this is a Filipino thing. You know what I mean? It's not really a Journey thing. You know what I mean? I love Journey. I love Journey.
Fuck yeah.
Like I got into Journey afterwards, after all this stuff. Like, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and Journey was everywhere. So I obviously know the songs and love them, but I didn't get into, dude, I listened to the re-recorded ones, motherfucker. I don't listen to Steve Perry, bitch. I listen to the GOAT, Arnell Pineda, bro. I don't listen to that fucking old shit. I listen to that new, baby. I ride for Journey, bro.
Journey's dope, bro.
No, I'm just kidding. Arnold is super respectful, so he'd be horrified if I said the word fuck in this interview and mentioned him. So, he's super fucking respectful and cool. Like, and like, he took the time. I talked to him when they came through town and stuff, and we might have a little something working on a future thing that's still to come. And but really, that whole thing was for my dad.
That's awesome.
And to top off the album was to kind of leave a message of hope of some kind, or that I've learned something. Like, this album is to be played like the first time you play it. And it's not a story as like I got this whole developing story throughout, but it's like the stages of grief. Because like, I don't know if you've ever seen that grief chart that's like, it goes denial, shock, denial, like bargaining, anger, all that shit. Like, there's an order of grief. And I didn't design this album to represent that, but I was really truthfully, like, with every fiber of my being, going through a lot of grief these last decade of my life. It's been almost nothing but, like, there's been great moments, and I've done great things in business in the light, and people have seen me celebrating a lot of stuff, but there's been a lot going on for me personally that, like, shit was not all sweet. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that likes to complain or make public when I'm sad or something like that. Like, I don't use social media to vent how I'm feeling. And if I do, I delete it almost immediately, but, that's why these songs were so important for me to get out, because I was sick and tired of holding it inside, because this is how I express how I feel, and I'm not doing it for likes. I'm doing it to get it out there, like, I have to remove this from me. It's like almost like I'm downloading it from my head to another hard drive, and then I'm deleting it off my fucking head. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
get it out. So
this album, in those stages, it starts with Trapped, and it goes to Final Boss. But in between that, the order of these songs is truly me working out the grief that I was going through. Like, all of these songs, I would say, except for I Leave Town with Shaggy, and I think that's the only one that's not real, and the Riff Raff song, that are not really like part of this, like, me working through the griefs. That's kind of, or maybe it is, and I'm not thinking of it in a way, but I'm saying in the start of the album, I'm someone else. I really was in life, someone else, and I looked at life different. And it wasn't until I went on this journey into myself. And when you go on a journey with yourself, bro, this ain't fucking peaches and cream, bro. You are gonna have ugly, ugly fights. You are gonna have ugly, ugly moments. So that's what. And you said the Rage Quit song with D12, bro. If anyone listens to that shit, I fucking lose it on that song. I don't lose it as in lyrical verse of the year. Literally, my verse on that song, I say some crazy ass shit that I take to a higher level than I've ever taken in my life. The thoughts that I say on the album, on the song Rage Quit with D12. Like, I go so far that after I finished that song, like after I finished recording it and heard what I had finalized right there in that session, I was like, I don't feel like this anymore, and I'm horrified of what I just said. And it changed me, bro. It changed who I was. So like when I finished this album and I had felt different about that song and about what I said on that song, because I don't feel that way anymore. I don't want to talk about my personal crazy, like if you listen to my album, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about and the situation, because I explain it in perfect detail that I can possibly do. But like finishing that song was like turning a page to a new chapter in my life. And like, I swear, like, that's why I kept it on there the way it is. Because I thought about taking my verse off that song and changing it to something else and kind of rewriting history. I even censor myself on the verse, on the album. I censor a couple words on the album. And that's me censoring it. And I don't know why, bro. I'm just crazy and manic. I don't know. Maybe I should have left it uncensored. I don't know. But I wanted to keep that on there because it really is a display of a real moment in my life when I really, truly felt that way on that song. And it changed me. You know, like I fucking, it forced me to grow. It forced me to grow. And I wanted to share that with everyone on that album and have that be, and that's why the album is named Rage Quit. You know, because that's really, when you're at that moment of there and you hear what I'm saying, like, I'm not going for verse of the year, my friend. I'm going to get this evil out of my fucking, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
That's amazing, man. That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit, man.
The sequel to that song is on there. It's called Friendly Fire. And it's where I go into great detail. And like, that's just something, you know, like that's why here's another reason that I couldn't wait to put this album out any further. I couldn't wait on someone else. There was no way this was going to stop. You know, once I had the albums in my hand pressed up, I had the album release party. People were telling me, hey, let's postpone this album for a little bit. And I was just like, that's it. No, I'm not waiting anymore. It's coming out right now. This is something I have to do.
For sure. You gotta get that shit out, man. It makes sense. That's fucking crazy. But that's huge. It's huge. It's huge for you as a person, and I'm sure it's gonna be huge for you as an artist, whether that's what you're looking for or not. But
I feel like it like finishing this project, I want to work on other stuff. You know what I mean? Like I already have I have this group album, and I'm gonna announce it soon. And like, this is like horrorcore.com shit. You know what I mean? This is like that. You know what I mean? This next album that I'm about to put out is definitely not the sequel to this Fury solo album that is here right now. You know what I mean? This thing was like the one I just put out. Like I needed to put this out so that I could move on, and now I feel like I could create stuff again and have fun. So like I'm kind of at like an exciting time right now where I want to make more stuff.
It's amazing. Like you said earlier, we're here to have We're here to have a good time. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get this. You had to get the demon off your fucking chest so you could enjoy yourself.
For sure. And I hope that like the rawness of this thing will inspire, you know, other people to not hold shit inside no more, bro. Because like when you let it all out, bro, sometimes you embarrass yourself. A lot of the times you do. Most of the times you do. You know, so it's difficult. It's difficult to find a place to let it all out. So I found a place to let it all out that I feel comfortable letting it all out. And I just hope that, if anything, even if you don't like the music, there's a lot of people aren't going to like it. But I hope, if anything, just the message is that, you know, you got to let it out. And that's another song on the album, Let It Go. You know what I mean? Like this whole album is kind of like a story, but it's not like a character like this person said that, this person said that. It's a story of me going through this journey of becoming who I am talking today. Because I wasn't the same guy. I'm very different. I think about things differently than when I first started doing. Like when I started this album, if you listen to the first song, Trapped, it's all about how I hate being alive. And like, that wasn't fake, man. I was going through some real shit, dude. Every day I was like, one of these days I'm gonna fucking end it. You know, and as emo as that sounds, you know, whatever. But like, instead, what did I do? I made the song. It helped me motion through these next couple of phases too. So, you know, this album, it meant a lot to me. This is like, since my first album that I put out, I've never put anything as much as I put into this. Like I've never even put anything as much as I put into this album as an artist ever.
It's fucking amazing, man. And then you said if maybe people won't like it, even if you're out there, whether you like it or you don't like it, at least listen to it. Listen to it. I'm
not one of those guys that like, I need you to like my music to be your friend. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that like, if you get too disrespectful, like I'm gonna be like, all right, dude, you're just talking shit. You know what I mean? But like, if you don't like my music, you know, that's not a requirement to be my friend. So I want to hear what's wrong with it. So when people listen to something like this, you know, tell me what's wrong with it, man. Like, tell me what you didn't like about it, because this really was something personal for me. So maybe I'll learn something more, you know? I'm not gonna lie, that's what this is.
I haven't listened to it yet because I just got it from you yesterday. So I honestly haven't listened to it yet, but I'm telling you right now, without even hearing it, just talking to you and hearing this conversation, there's nothing wrong with this fucking album. It's fucking amazing. Like, whatever it did for you, this could be the worst album ever in my ears. It doesn't matter. It's fucking amazing because of what it did to you.
Yeah, no.
Like this is
this
is beautiful. Like you being able to release this and talk like this, and you didn't even get this emotional when I asked you to marry me.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you'd be my second marriage. So I've been through this before.
Yeah. But no, in all seriously though, like this is a beautiful thing. Just hearing you talk about it, I love this. This is even, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way this is bad because it's fucking you. It's real. This is why music was created, for this conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
what brings me back to the essence of making this music, man. To finishing this thing, to being compelled to put my ideas somewhere. Because we all have ideas, man. We all storm inside, bro. Like, and like that song I have called "Let It Go," right? That chorus, I have a chorus on that song. It's like, it's the only chorus I do on the album. Actually, the other choruses are all guests and shit. But I mentioned D12, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and ICP in that order on the chorus. It's like, let it go, let it go. D12 told me, let it go. let it go. 50 Cent told me, let it go. And this wasn't like a random list. All these people that I mentioned on this song gave me personal advice to my face, like D12, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, ICP. And when I sit there and I think about all the advice I got from these people who are my heroes, you know, these are my heroes. This is what made me. This is the machine that helped me sort my emotions out, you know. So these are my heroes, and all of them, when they gave me advice, when you boil it all down, it's the same advice, and it's just let it go, be yourself, be free.
Absolutely.
That's it. So that's what that song's about. And like, it's kind of like I do like a little origin story on that song. It's funny, dude. Like I do like this old flow. Like I rap like kind of like how I used to rap when I was 14 on that shit. Like I go, I'm gonna hate that I'm the best to do it in the underground. I hate the flicks. I make it that's stupid. Like I go like bro, it's classic shit.
It's awesome, man. I fucking love it. Motherfucker gonna make me cry in this motherfucker. I love it. It's beautiful. Man. Everything's
it's an emotional album, bro.
For
it's
all
an
this
emotional album.
horrorcore.com shit, this shit's beautiful.
Yes.
Like,
and we could get back to the horrorcore.com stuff after, but I needed to take this moment in time.
No, it's beautiful, man.
And really just put
all
it out
the
there,
bad
bro.
shit is beautiful.
And actually, let me tell you something. And another thing added to that, like to where my life was when I started the album. Like I'm talking about my life, my living situation, my family, my mindset, everything is 100% better than it was when I started it. Like everything. Like it's like it changed me, bro. Like how else can I describe it?
Not?
I did complete the story. You know, like if you started on that song, the first song, I let you know within 5 seconds, I think about killing myself. Okay. And then you listen to everything else. I go through the anger. I go through the bargaining. I go through the pretending it's okay. I go through working it out. Then I go through, you know, letting things be at peace. And then I move on, you know? So like it's, man. It's been a fucking journey. It's a journey.
That's fucking amazing, bro.
No pun intended. It's been a journey.
It's just literally a journey, and it ends with journey.
And it does. Isn't that crazy, dude? I had this vision, you know, when me and Arnell were working on this song. It was during the pandemic, and I had this vision. Like I had this vision it was like something that kept going in my head of me and my father in the arena, while Journey and Arnell is singing Faithfully. And I had this, dude, like, it's like deja vu, but like bigger than that. Like, it was like something like I could fully see this moment, smell this moment, feel this moment, like the emotion that I was going to feel then. And exactly a month ago today, I was in that arena with Journey, with my dad, bro. Like, you know, we had already gotten like the VIP, like, you know, shout out from Arnell, all that shit. And then Arnell shared the video of me and my dad in the arena on his page, on his official page, with my song.
That's amazing.
So like I really visualized this whole thing sitting here in the pandemic when the world was closed. Like I was like, this is gonna end with me and my dad at a fucking Journey concert. You know, and it did. It did.
Don't stop believing, y'all.
Right? You know, bro. Let's say manifest.
Right. Just a small town fury.
Just a small town fury.
Right. Ran for mayor. Now I'm the Lizard King. Fucking love it, bro. I love it. It's beautiful. You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
I don't think I could have ever said you were beautiful before this conversation. Like, I liked you before.
Thank you, buddy.
Like, I love it, man. It's fucking.
Well,
beautiful.
I hope you like the album, man. I hope like when you go play it, it doesn't like hit your ears like Anarchist Vampire. Like fucking like I'm talking to all this big shit, giving you this whole story, that you go press play and it just it sounds like Anarchist Vampire, and I'm just like,
no, you're probably gonna. Make
you just
me
have
cry.
to pretend to like it.
You're probably gonna make me cry, bro. We were talking earlier about how you're crying about Jelly Roll on fucking TV. You're gonna make me cry. You mentioned emo earlier, bro. I'm emo as fuck, bro.
Oh, you're gonna love this fucking album, man.
I love my
James
underground shit,
like
but yeah, I'm emo as fuck as well.
Well, my favorite thing about the underground, if you like, my favorite shit about the underground always was when they break character, like Q Strange, That Dream, Mars, what's that? I was born when my mom was like 16. First time I ever hit the weed, I was 3. Like them songs, like even the ICP, the end songs, Twisted, fucking Love Don't Live Here No More, like
the real shit.
Those are the moments that let you know that your heroes are human too.
Yeah.
And like that's always been like, yeah, you can make this, and that. Sure, and that's cool, and there's a time and a place, but let's see how deep this really could get. You know, like let's see the humanity beneath this. What caused you to be this crazy killer on these songs? What caused you to go this hard? What caused you to say this shit? Then that's where you learn about your heroes.
Who hurt you?
You know?
Fuck yeah.
So like, it's always been an inspiration to me, is when the underground comes out and lets you know for a second, like, yo, we're in this together.
Absolutely. I fucking love it, man. And I feel like that's what you just fucking did. And it's beautiful. And thank you.
Well, thank you, sir.
We are just about out of fucking time. I want to play some music. I do want to ask you one more question though. With all this personal stuff on the record and this journey you went through, is there anything about this album cover? Like,
oh my god. Okay. So the Lizard King thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's up on the screen
many
now
years
if you're on
ago.
YouTube.
Many years ago, my friend came into my house and he said, "This right here is the most illegal drug in the world. Smoke it." And I was just like, okay, fuck it. No fucking reference, no nothing, no idea. Ended up being DMT. So I hit this DMT and this shit just blasts me off, and it's gonna sound like I'm making this shit up. I swear I'm not making it up. So I'm like feeling like I'm in this like alien fucking spaceship or something like that. I see like space through this like laser window or whatever the fuck. And this being comes over to me and tells me I'm one of 12 lizard kings on Earth. And then it like talks to me, but not really. And it shows me like all these different galaxies, animals and vegetation and like landscapes. Like it was like, I can only describe it as like how I'm saying, but it was like crazy. Like just go watch Joe Rogan. He'll tell you.
Right.
And so that moment really changed my life, bro. Like I felt like I really was one of 12 lizard kings. And this is the depiction of what that lizard king looked like. So
there he is.
That's where it came from. Like, and I feel like me trying DMT, I feel like, and I've done it many times since, I feel like it opened up my soul a little not a little, a lot. It blasted open my soul to I feel like looking at things more, life is more delicate. People are more delicate. You know what I mean? You can say life isn't, but people is a delicate thing, man. And when you treat people with respect, it's like better, you know? That's how a king acts. So that's what the Lizard King is to me. It's like, you gotta be good. You know, it's a good character. It's not he looks kind of like fucked up on there, but like, it's a symbol of good.
It's beautiful. He's a reptilian. He's me familiar. We love him. And that's the cover of the record. It's called Rage Quit. It's out right now everywhere but Spotify, but it's coming soon to
everywhere
Spotify.
but Spotify.
So make sure you go
You're
listen
putting
to
it on
it.
Spotify right now.
Couple
We're
of-
ramming
yeah.
it straight up Spotify's asshole right now.
We're putting about half of it in there at the end of this episode.
There you go.
So,
Just the tip.
that's right. Yeah, we can't give it all away. I can't put the Journey track on there. I want you guys to go listen to that yourself. It's streaming a million times.
Yep.
But fuck
That's
yeah,
a good one, bro. So the Journey song was like a montage song. That's how I kind of modeled it to be like one of them 80s montages. So, yeah.
I love 80s montages.
You know that song, fucking, I need a hero.
Yes.
Oh, I need a hero. That shit, like, that's what I really fucking based the song on. Like, there's an early version of the song that's all piano. It's no guitar on it except for my dad, and it's all piano, and it's like the same kind of like thing as that.
Every time I hear
Really
that
good.
song,
That's
I
what-
think of Willow. With fucking Sorsha, they're like fighting and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm holding up a hero till the end of the night.
Now, for me, it was Short Circuit 2. That's right. Like, someone said it was from a different movie, but I always thought it was from Short Circuit 2.
It's probably in there too, but I think it was in Willow first, bro. Don't fuck with Willow. But Johnny Five's the shit too.
Hey,
Mr. Number Johnny 5.
Mama's a snowblower.
That's right. Hey, Laser Liz. Hell yeah, man. Fury, I fucking love you, bro.
Love
This
you
was
guys.
amazing. I wish I could hug you right now. Hopefully soon.
Air hug.
Absolutely. The record is out now everywhere but Spotify. We'll let you know when it's available on Spotify as well. Go buy that shit on fucking iTunes. Hit up Fury if you want
Go
a
buy it
physical
at
copy.
fury860.com.
There you go.
Get the last physical copies you can get of this in this version.
That's right. Order it. It's gonna be. This is
Fury860.com.
860 Fury. Fury. Not to be confused with furry. Fury.
Yeah, well, that's how Bizarre used to spell my name on all the flyers when I first met him. I think he did it on purpose.
I'm sure he did. Rue wanted me to call you furry all night until you caught on. He was waiting to see how long it would go till you corrected me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it because I already know you. Like, if I didn't know you and you didn't know that I already knew your name.
So we have Furry here.
Yeah.
Furry, you got the new album coming out.
Right. Everybody else tuned in. We are literally out of time, so this is going to be the end of the show. Normally we come back afterward, but we're not going to do that. So if you next week we are going to be broadcasting live from Pops in Sauget, Illinois, with Blaze Your Dead Homie and Anybody Killer. You can come see me and Mr. Green out on the road with those guys all weekend long. In where the fuck are we going? Joliet, Illinois, Columbia, Missouri on Easter, and then back at Pops on Monday. We'll be broadcasting live. So tune in for that.
Poops.
Check out all the merch, all the good stuff. Go follow Fury. Go pick up the record, fury860.com. We love you, brother, and we'll talk to you soon.
Oh, yeah, bro.
If you're on
Thank you.
YouTube,
Tell him to book me on the Gathering.
book him on the Gathering. Tell him to book us. Book everybody on the damn Gathering.
Hey, book us, this whole crew, all of us, Gathering bound.
That's right. Fuck yeah, man. Bring the real underground back. Horrorcore.com is now at repliconradio.com.
Mm-hmm. We got it.
Hell yeah. If you guys are on YouTube, this stream's going to end. Go over to repliconradio.com so you can hear the music or listen to the replay on all streaming platforms, including Spotify.
Right.
And we won't be back after the break, which is weird. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Y'all have a good week.
Hell yeah.